He launched in the New York Times the first international paper airplane competition. Okay. Scientific American calls for entries. It can be there's a paper plane which can it be there's a paper plane which makes the SST 30 years obsolete. Scientific American primarily concerns itself with what man is up to these days, and our readership is known for travelling more than any other magazines. So yes, first line of copy, we've told you that our readership travels more than any other magazines, and there are other references to the readership's propensity for long haul and expensive travel in the body copy. Okay, but you will not see it in the headline, and you may think this is a terribly risky strategy. You know, kind of, but it isn't. If I read to you, and this is the follow-up ad. If we knew what it was we would learn, it just wouldn't be research, would it? I'll shoot to these are the judges. But this is in response to the first advertisement. This is dear old Alice Lowe writing to Howard Gossager's friend in Germany, Barrows Mussey, and she says, Mr. Gossage has asked me to keep you posted about developments in connection with the paper airplane competition we developed for Scientific American. First of all, the ad ran in the New York Times on Monday, December the 12th. By 9 a.m., the magazines, when the magazine's offices opened, the place was besieged by representatives of the nation's TV and radio networks, as well as several magazines, all wanting more information about the paper airplane competition. All news services were also present, and the story was carried nationally in print and over the air. In fact, there were so many people that an impromptu press conference was held at the Harvard Club with Gerard Peel, publisher of the magazine, demonstrating paper airplanes. See New York Times story December 13th, enclosed. The San Francisco Chronicle, leading local newspaper, immediately picked this up, and both the editor and the publisher contacted us regarding a tie-in with Scientific American. This was agreeable to the client, and this morning's Chronicle carried the story on its front page, as you can see from the enclosed. They want to make a regional competition out of it, as well as and invite entries from all countries in the Pacific area. There will be a daily news story on it. Life magazine is also interested. In fact, there were so many people there that an impromptu press conference, there'd be nothing impromptu about this. Nothing. I mean, Gossage knew, was prepared for this. That an impromptu press conference was held at the Harvard Club. Oh, the Harvard Club just happened to be open, did it? And they're like, there you go. So we nip round to the Harvard Club and see whether we can use one of their kind of like conference rooms for an impromptu press conference with most of the nation's press, newspaper, broadcast, kind of whatever. Nothing impromptu about it. I'm pretty damn sure. The whole thing, Gossage knew, I think, what was happening. That was the newspaper response. This is the actual response they got to the first ad. 12,000 entries came in from 28 countries, including such unlikely places as Liberia and Switzerland. Japan had some 750 entries, mostly origami. The smallest plane entered was 0.08 inches times 0.0003 inches from the Space Particles and Field Department of Aerospace Corporation. The largest was 11 feet long. They came in assorted ways, some with postage directly affixed to the nose, apparently without fear of aerodynamic consequences, some in cardboard tubes or boxes, styrofoam containers, coffee cans, shoe boxes, milk cartons, a 6-foot-long metal cylinder, and cereal boxes of indiscriminate brands. Only 5,000 entries were from children. The rest were from adults, many of them scientists and engineers. Two of the entrants, a Captain R.S. Barnaby and Frederick J. Hooven, claimed to have known Orville Wright personally. Hundreds of sub-competitions sprang up among grade schools, high schools and colleges. The Lockheed, Grumman and Douglas Aircraft Corporation, members of the science staff of the British Embassy in Washington, American Airlines held a contest in every city it serviced. Remember who our target audience truly was. American Airlines held a contest in every city it serviced and passed out entry forms to all its passengers, including Included in the diverse list of newspapers which held their own local competitions were the London Daily Sketch, the Yellowstone's Montana Wretched Mess News, and the most active paper of all, the San Francisco Chronicle, which alone handled over 3,000 entries. The agency was thankfully spared the task of cataloguing entries and providing the sub-contest information, all of which was handled directly by the Scientific American. So they wrote the first ad, and then the thing about Howard Gosling was that however crazy these things were, he said, tell it with a straight face. You know, kind of as soon as you start laughing and, you know, joshing and seeing this as a parody of something, then people will lose interest, but you play it absolutely bloody straight. He once wrote an ad for Qantas with the headline was, be the first person on your block to win a kangaroo. And the follow-up ad was, girl of fives wins kangaroo, her first.